The secret to my japa mala is that this one has 108 beads, and if you can say thank you, let's get Biko in here. If you can say thank you, if you can say thank you about something or someone or multiple things 108 times, if you can for each bead find something around you to be grateful for, you will be free. If you get all the way back to the other side, after looking and calling in things to be grateful for, if you get to the opposite side and you're still mad about whatever's going on, start over. But yeah, the beads are a tool. I prefer the beads that have knots between them as opposed to the elastic ones, just because they last longer for prayers and meditation. But this is a tool. I wear this so that I've been wearing this since I was on the trains in New York, so that when people pop off and the energies pop off, or when there's emotional instability inside of myself, I can just mantra my way into a vibration of gratitude to get through. So yeah, the beads are not to look spiritual or to feel spiritual, even though that could be part of it for some people. For me, they are tools that allow me to take a breath and to get still with the feeling of gratitude. Some people say Om, Om Namah Shivaya. Some people say Namyo Orekegyo. I think Wolfie loves the Namyo Rengekyo, 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 Namyo. 108 of those connecting to the life lotus will just begin to work a number on your heart if you are honest, open, willing, and available. Anyway, let's start today's daily boost by talking about our inspirational, mindful messages. The first card of the day is Creator of Happiness. I reclaim my power to create my own joy and happiness. It is not dependent on any outside source or individual, therefore it cannot be taken away. It can always be found within me. I reclaim my power to create my own joy and happiness. I reclaim my power to create my own joy and happiness. I reclaim my power to create my own joy and happiness. It is not dependent on any outside source or individual, therefore it cannot be taken away. It can always be found within me. Y'all got to know today that happiness is something that you bring into the room. I bring the party with me when I come. I don't need y'all here for a party. If I turn these cameras off, I'll be partying with myself. Now, I do love co-working and co-regulating emotions. I do enjoy, what was that post that Tara put up this morning? It was like, what the ADHD people do. Body double. Body double. I love body doubling. I love watching the Olympics and watching Scandal like we did last night in the network together. I love watching Scandal with the community. However, I don't need to watch Scandal with the community, and neither does anybody else, right? Because we are the creators of our own happiness. And I reclaim my power to create my own joy and happiness. It's coming out of me. Happiness is what you bring to your office. Happiness is what you bring to your emails. Happiness is what you bring to your life, your lovers, your friends. Happiness is what you bring. It can only come from you. It can't come from anywhere else. It's not dependent on any outside source or individual, therefore it cannot be taken away. It can always be found within me. New adventures. New adventures. Today I'm open. And I open myself up to new adventures. I go out and do something I've been holding back from. I move through the fear rather than let it control me. I trust my intuition and follow my desires. Today, I open myself up to new adventures. I go out and do something I've been holding back from. I move through the fear rather than let it control me. I trust my intuition and follow my desires. Last card, fuel. I enjoy doing things that fuel me. It feels great to do things for myself. When I make sure I'm taken care of, I can better show up for those in my life and for the work that I do. Fuel. Thank y'all for the gifts and the love. I enjoy doing things that fuel me. It feels great to do things for myself. Did y'all know that live streaming, well, clearly by the numbers on TikTok and the numbers, clearly the live streaming is for myself. But it feels good to create. Mostly the live streaming and the networking and the academy building and the show producing, all of those things are happening because they feel good. I would not be here every day if it didn't feel good. Some think or may think that it is for attention, but who doesn't want positive attention in the universe? Who does not want positive attention in the universe? But I show up with the lights on and the cameras running and the music going because I enjoy live streaming. I enjoy connecting with people. I enjoy entertaining. I enjoy building. I enjoy encouraging, equipping, and empowering. If you're out there today and you are looking, I wonder, did Cindy sign up? If you're out there and you're looking for a community to help you with your self-care, your physical self-care, your emotional self-care, your mental self-care, your spiritual self-care, your practical self-care, your social self-care, helping you to focus on your future that's bright, joyous, and secure in your quantum field. If you're looking for a community of support and stability, because everybody needs people, and everyone also needs emotional stability. If you if you're looking for that level of support, you can go to lovedandlovable.bio.link through my link in bio, or send me a message. All I need is one word: freedom. You can DM me the word freedom on all platforms, and I will send you keys to the kingdom. Now, some of y'all gonna make this really, really crazy. I'll get back to the card. But some of y'all gonna make this like a situation. And I can't stand when motherfuckers turn something into a situation. Some of y'all gonna turn it into avoiding me for 6 to 8 months. Some of you are gonna avoid me for years and then show back up in my Instagram live. That's cool. But all I need for you to do for your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, social, practical health and your bright, joyous, and secure future is to DM me the word freedom. Not hey, not hello, not can we be friends. I need people out there who want to be free in this life and want to have a joyful, bright, and secure future to DM me the word freedom. We will connect the dots. We will connect the dots. But I enjoy being a container for freedom on this planet. I enjoy being a light worker. I enjoy being persistent about love and peace and kicking down doors. I never thought that I'd have to kick down doors for love, joy, and peace. Have y'all noticed that you have to kick some ass for love, joy, and peace? Have you noticed how much ass you gotta kick? That's why we keep these beads on us, Angie. Have you noticed how much ass you have to kick? Not kiss, kick for true peace, true joy, and true love. I enjoy doing things that fuel me. It feels great to do things for myself. When I make sure I'm taken care of, I can better show up for those in my life and for the work that I do. We are developing the tools and resources, folks. We are developing the tools and resources. I'm researching more tools, Tara, and more resources. I went through about 10 new resources this morning to add into our network to help people. And I feel that all resources should be on the table as it relates to having a happy day. If I'm to build a happy day and a happy life, I feel like all resources and all tools and all apps and all phones and all opportunities should be on the table. We should leave no stone unturned for the peace of our hearts and our minds and our spirits and our lives. Isn't it time for peace? Isn't it time for joy? And it's different for everybody. It's different for everybody. Where are we in the applesauce today? We are in week 33, I believe, of this year. Be Not Afraid is the Love and Action Network theme. It is Thursday, day 5 of the week. Can you believe it's Thursday already? A bunch of kids are going back to school. The Academy, Loved and Lovable Academy, and Tara Priolo's studio, and the House of Mommy Water is all enrolling. We're all enrolling and taking people into conversations and coursework and classes and things. And now is the time where people in the fall start to settle into learning new things. And wouldn't now be a great time to learn how to get free once and for all and to not be afraid? Day 5. How do you face fear? A woman asked. I suggest doing one thing each week that scares you, I said. Even though Eleanor Roosevelt said to do one thing each day that scares you. The action is to make a list of your fears, known and unknown. Then tell yourself, someone else, you can tell me, fears don't really scare me as much as they scare other people. Of course, you your fears don't scare me and my fears don't scare you. That's like the whole point of like human connection. I'll get back to the text, but like that's the whole fucking point. The whole point is that the things that scare, and I'm always picking on Tara because she's the only one in the program. She's the only one who had the guts for the glory. Tara's the only one so far that's been able to have the guts for the glory. But the things that make her tremble when she confesses them in vulnerability to me as a coach and as a friend and as a soul sibling and all the other hats we wear, collaborator, colleague, cohort, when she does tell me these things and she confesses her fears to me and the things that make her tremble, like whatever the fuck is thudding outside of her house because they're doing work, I'm not affected because I don't have her fears. Babies don't scare me. I don't have a baby. So I'm able to hold it in love, and I'm able to be with it and not be afraid with her because her fear is not my fear. Conversely, she's not afraid of the things that I'm afraid of. She can see what she calls like the 30,000, 40,000 view of my life. This is why Melody in this guiding text that we use called 52 Weeks of Conscious Contact, and we read it the whole year, every day for a year. Every day for years, I've been reading this, and this is our first year together. This is why she says, make a list of your fears, known and unknown, then tell yourself, someone else, and your higher power what's on the list. It's important that we confess our fears to trusted people. You don't want to confess your fears to people who want to manipulate you. I learned that lesson the hard way. You don't want to confess your fears to everybody because some people will prey on your fears and try to really, really manipulate you and put you into harmful situations or make you want to self-harm. Because some people, my story is that the only way that my light could be diminished is for someone to discourage me to death. But we'll talk about that some other time. The only way you can kill a light like mine, strategically, is to either starve it of attention or discourage it to death. There are only two ways to kill a light like mine. You can starve it of attention, which TikTok and Bigo and these other spaces have tried to do, and my neighbors have tried to do, and my family and friends have tried to do. Or you can out loud discourage it with naysaying and pessimism and bullshit. And then I'll take over and start to harm myself. Y'all don't need to harm me more than once. You can do it once, and then I'll take over. But that's just me. That's just me. Make a list of your fears, known and unknown. Then tell yourself, someone else, and your higher power what's on the list. This idea is borrowed from the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, which is one of our 12-step programs that we work here. I mean, I don't have an issue with these things. Not all of them. I don't want to, there's certain white powders that I shouldn't touch anymore. Several white powders I should not touch anymore. But I'm in these 12 steps for my emotions in that particular roller coaster. And this is borrowed from the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. Next, make a list of 10 things like deep breathing or praying that help you feel peaceful, or at least help you make peace with the fear. Learn to recognize fear, then figure out what you need to do to make yourself feel safe. We've been talking about this it must have been the powder. She's laughing about the powder. We've been talking about this for years. Because people in our community used to throw this around. There are people in life who will tell you, I don't feel safe with this conversation. I don't feel safe on the planet. For those of us who are not members of the ruling class or aligned with the ruling class, There can be feelings of safety that arise because the people who are sworn to protect us can just walk in the front door, mistake us for the neighbor, and unalive us. So people who have been systemically oppressed have so many reasons to not feel safe. Women types, femme types. There's just so many reasons why we may not feel safe on this particular planet. What we teach here, though, in the network is that safety is something that you must give to yourself. In the same way that happiness can only come from you, Angie, Tara, Room, in the same way that happiness can only emanate from your chest. It's not going to come from a coworker outside in. It's not going to come from a family member outside in. It's not going to come from Dr. Flo outside in. Happiness is what you bring with you to my lives and to my life. If you didn't bring it with you, it ain't coming. And you can let everyone in your life off the hook about this because they're not meant to bring you joy. Sure, you're going to want to roll around in the hay with somebody once in a while, but don't find a source of your joy in it, because then once it moves out, once they stop acting right, they have a moody day too, because they're not in a 12-step program of Emotions Anonymous like us. Angie's in 12-step program for emotions. You cannot try her the way you did 6 months ago because she's in the program. Tara is navigating new mommydom and the worst hood of all, parenthood. The worst hood of all, parenthood. But she's navigating that, doing extremely well, tired as a motherfucker. But even in that situation, happiness has to be applied. It has to come into the room. And that's just such a hard thing for us to recognize. And just like happiness comes from inside of us outside, from inside outside, safety is also the same thing. Safety is something that you have to give yourself. It may mean you separating yourself from certain opportunities, people, and environments. But safety is something you give yourself. There was a horrible instance that happened on Clubhouse where I was speaking the truth to someone about the way in which they made me feel on one of the stages. And they said, "You don't make me feel safe." And I've been pushed out of a lot of group chats in the last few years and beyond because I don't make people feel safe. And I always tell them, safety is something you give to yourself. Unless I'm causing you personal harm or you are physically endangered by me, calm down. You may want to get in touch with your emotions. You may want to figure out on our emotions wheels what's comfortable and uncomfortable for you. And then once you tell me why I'm making you uncomfortable, then we can begin to heal it. This is why you can go to lovedandlovable.bio.link and go down to resources and courses. And under resources, you're going to see the emotions wheels. They're out of order right now because I got to reorganize. But they are there. And start looking at the uncomfortable emotions of your life. And start looking at the comfortable emotions of your life. And start to determine for yourself, like, what is going on here? And how can I work with my emotions and with my community to give myself a feeling of safety? Now, if you've got bombs falling out of the sky, like in Gaza, you're going to have to work super hard on this because the powers that be in these ruling classes are not committed to your physical safety. So you may have to actually get on foot. And just love and power and peace to the people of Gaza who are looking for food today because their homes were destroyed because we do not agree that peace is truly possible. We do not agree that peace is truly possible. We do not believe, we would see fruit of this if it were true. We do not believe that internal peace is possible. Therefore, we don't believe that it's externally possible. We do not have the peace that we long for just yet. I don't have it. I touch it, but I don't have it. So it's important that we anchor ourselves in personal peace and cultivate that personal peace and those feelings of safety so that we can believe it for the people in Gaza. No one's talking about peace. No one's praying for peace. No one's singing for peace. There's no peace parade. There was no peace parade before the bombs started falling, although they've never stopped falling. They've been falling since the 50s. But there was no peace parade before. And there's no peace parade now. Which answers the question that we talk about in our Unfuckwithable with Flow personal development and professional development program. The question that we ask every day is, what market gaps do you fill and can you fill? Pop up pavilions of peace. There isn't a person on the planet who doesn't want it. I've said it for months and years, and I will continue. There's nobody on the planet, I don't give a fuck where you are or who you are. There's no one on the planet who does not want to be happy, whatever that means to you, healthy, whatever that means to you, child, because I love a good plate of fries myself, and free. Not a single one of us. And the market gap and the space that this network fills is that every day we are intentionally putting our hands to the plow of life and deciding to have conversations about peace. Walk through your life today and take an inventory and audit of your life and see how many people and events and conversations and environmental causes and conditions are calling you into peace. I'm calling you into peace. Events and conversations and environmental causes and conditions, inventory of like, what people don't like it when I talk this way, but inventory of like, what people don't like it when I talk this way, but what friends and family do you have that are talking to you this much about your dream? Your cups that spin on fancy doohickeys that wind twine in colorful colors. I think. Who else is talking about building overarching programs that encompass the entire spirit and essence of an individual to set them free for 10 generations to come? Not under my name. It rhymes with TPM. Every day we go into the dojo of dreams. That's what we bring. That's what we do. That's my motherfucking job. And there's a gap. Because outside of universities and really expensive programs, no one else is doing this work. And if you are out there and you know of someone doing this work in the trenches, send them my number. And definitely send them my Cash App. We each have similar and different things on our list of fears. Sometimes our fears are deep-rooted. They got stuck in us from our past. We each have different ideas and levels of actions we're ready to take to be brave and face fear. This sounds like the conversation with Poppy Water where he pulled me off of his and Tara's neck earlier in the week about the speed of their progress while needing to also be mindful of my own speed. We each have different ideas and levels of actions we're ready to take to be brave and face fear. For some, it might be riding in an elevator. For others, it might be expressing how they feel. It's important to know your limit, but sometimes it helps to push yourself a little when your fears limit you too much. We've been talking in this network a lot recently about limited thoughts and cognitive distortions and delusions. And we do a great job in our network, one to another, of saying, is that true? Is that true that no one's ever going to come to your shows again? Is it true that you'll never be cast in a show again? Although that's not a problem anymore because I'm casting my fucking self. Producer flow. But all of these fears can creep in. It's important that you have a team. That's where I'll land here in the BD. It's important that you have a team. It's important that you, and not just in name alone. It's important that you have trusted human resources. People who love, support, and uplift. I may not be your flavor at Baskin Robbins. It's important, though, for the realization of your dreams that you find someone who wants to love and care. Tara talked so awesomely this morning in Unfuckwithable about her capacity of care. You got to have that to nurture your dreams. You got to have love and care. A lot of us suffer in this life or picked up fears from the past because the people in our lives as children, they loved us in varying ways. They loved us, but they did not necessarily care about the things we care about and the things we cared about. So it's important that you find a team and a network of people who at least pretend to listen to the things you care about and folks that want to help you grow. Because if you're around fearless people or people who are seeking to be fearless, and if you're around people who are seeking to be limitless, you become that. You become that. We all are. It's scary. We all behave like the 5 people we hang out with the most. And we have to increase because they also say that you make between 5 to 10,000. Although, Tara, that would be horrible for you and it's not true. But they said that you make between 5 to 10,000 of the people that you hang out with. Most people make similar incomes. Do not come my direction, Tara. Once again, go your direction. I'll catch up with you. So it's important that you mind your company that you're keeping, because these people are speaking to you and you're speaking to you, and it's either speaking life or it's speaking death. It's either speaking abundance or poverty. It's either speaking action or it's speaking doubt. And we're really working on that here, like in public, like up to the moment. So I'm grateful for your participation and that awesome. I never get to do Throat Chakra Day because of the scheduling in our network. But clearly I had tons to say today and tons to express today about what it means to be alive and in love happy, healthy, and free from all suffering. I think that there's so much misery on our TVs and so much violence and so much abuse that we've forgotten what it looked like to smile. And so I come online every day to remind you about what authentic joy and happiness looks like. It is not normal to be divisive. It's not normal to tear yourself in half. It's not normal to not have great sex, great food, and great adventures. I have all three. And I have it on demand. I have on demand. Great sex on demand. Great food and great adventures. Give me one moment to have a flashback. And sometimes, if you play it the right way, the great food, great sex, and great adventures happens at the same time. We've never talked about that, Tara. How my top three can happen at the same time. Anyway, the throat chakra is all about communication, self-expression, and authenticity. And I've got all of those things working for me. I've got communication. I'm a strong communicator. Stay tuned because I'm going to be teaching you all in the future how to communicate. Some of us don't have all of the things we want in life because we don't know how to speak up about it. We don't know how to express ourselves and be authentic in that expression. Some people are also communicating, but they're communicating from like the lie of who they are. And I don't want to stay here too long, but have you built up this like version of yourself that's not authentic? And you're communicating that inauthentic version of yourself into the world, it will create a problem for you. You can't put out inauthentic living and get back an authentic response. Remember, we live in there are laws in this universe, folks. You're not just here willy-nilly. There's a law of vibration. I throw my voice across the room, it bounces off the wall, it comes back to me. So does your energy and all energy in the universe. And so it's important that we put out authentic energy so that that's what we get back. I have very few inauthentic experiences that register. Now, do I have tons of the world is full of inauthentic motherfuckers. The world is full of inauthentic motherfuckers. Do they affect my life in any way? No. I don't have resonance with that. That habba babba. How comfortable am I with expressing my thoughts and feelings to others? Question to ask yourself today. How comfortable am I with expressing my thoughts and feelings to others? If you're the kind of person out there and when it comes time to have a tough conversation or to give someone bad news or to break it to someone, you are out of it for days, weeks, hours, minutes, it can get better. How comfortable am I with expressing my thoughts and feelings to others? Are there situations where I hold back from speaking my truth? If so, why? In the times in my life that I've been most, and you answer for yourselves either in the comments or out loud to yourselves. In the times in my life where I've held back, it was because I thought something bad was going to happen to me. I have in my life held back from speaking my truth when I felt like speaking my truth was going to cause me to be rejected. We don't like being rejected as humans because we need people and we need community. And none of us are growing our own tomatoes. Well, Tara is. None of us are growing our own cucumbers. No, Tara is. None of us are making our own toilet paper. Okay, she's not doing that. So because of that, we need community. And it's just baked into the human condition. We say it every day in our 12-step program here. I need people. I hate that shit. I hate that I need people, but I do. I wish I could make my own toilet paper and farm my own food and have my own car and all of these other things in my life. I don't have them. So I get into this interdependent relationship with people to where you're taking care of yourself to take care of me, and I'm taking care of myself to take care of you, and then somehow it all gets done because of this wonderful thing called interdependence. Hate it. And it's true. That's why we're running into a really, really rough paradigm shift on the planet and in our country, because we're beginning to see on our smart devices that what's happening on the other side of the planet is directly affecting me. This is not the 50s anymore. So bombs are not dropping in the shadows. And until all of us are free, none of us are free. I don't care what you have for lunch, girl. I don't give a fuck about what kind of car you drive and that you put the premium unleaded in. I don't give a fuck about that. Divine Nine, I don't give a fuck about how y'all have your hand signals and your stomps and your ski weeks and all. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. At all. Because until all of us are free, none of us are free. But it can feel when you're speaking up for the things that matter that you're going to be rejected. I felt these feelings. What if I lose my house, my jobs, my well-being? What if I lose everything speaking up for oppressed people? I have lost everything. But it wasn't it didn't destroy me. And it will not destroy you either. Speaking up for what is right, doing what is right, following your heart, speaking your truth. And the last thing I'll answer this question with, this contemplative exercise we're doing today. Dolly Parton had a famous interview, well, at least famous to me, where she says, if you don't like me, what you gonna do? Eat me? And on the days where I feel really, really caught up in the opinions of others, and I do, and the need to please, and the need to silence my truth so that some other idiot can do whatever they want, whenever that comes up for me, I hear her in my head saying, what they gonna do? Eat you? I tell my students in the vocal practice, unless they bring barbecue sauce, forks, knives, and spoons for you, keep singing. If you see them pull out the forks and knives, like in the cartoons, and they say, I'm gonna eat you, Flo. I'm gonna eat you, kid. I'm gonna eat you, Tara. I'm gonna eat you, Angie. Unless they got the barbecue sauce in hand and it's going on your forehead, keep it pushing. Speak your truth. What's the worst that could happen? That's a critical thinking question. What's the best scenario that could happen from this area of my life? What's the worst? The worst is that I die in this ashy motherfucker. Is it the worst? Yeah, but that's not like a death wish or like a trigger warning or anything like that. It's just kind of like the things that we are afraid of, even death, are not the worst things that could ever happen to us. So go and live your life today. How do I react when others disagree with me? I don't like it. Ask yourself this question too. How do I react when others disagree with me? Do I actively listen or become defensive? How do I react when others disagree with me? My first reaction is like, you know, I'm a guy. I'm socialized to be authoritative. I'm a man. I'm socialized to be loud and wrong. I am a man. Like those TikToks. I'm a man. Of course I'm loud and wrong. I'm a man. Of course I don't listen all the time. I'm a man. Of course I shower when I want to. Like, right? So I'm a man. I do not like being disagreed with. I don't like being countered. What I am working on, though, is the other part of the questioning. Do I listen actively or become defensive? I can't say and be sincere that I am completely defenseless. I also know that I do not enjoy yes people around me. I cannot stand a yes motherfucker, a yes man, a yes woman. I do not like yes people. I do like yeses, but I don't like yes people. What am I saying? People who just tell you what you want to hear, or say you look great when you don't, or you know, beautiful smile and you got spinach in your teeth. I can't stand that shit. So I've really had to work over the last year in making my community feel the safest. They do not feel the safest yet. But I'm working on allowing my community allowing them the feelings, that's funny. But allowing them space to feel safe enough to communicate with me something that they disagree on. With receipts, like Tara and Poppy, who are two of the closest people to me, they disagree with me comfortably more than they ever have in their whole fucking lives. And I know that that's because I've started to actively listen more and also to take on their feedback with a greater sense of responsibility. People will not confide in you or disagree with you if they don't think that you're going to take their feedback with responsibility. And so I've really had to work over the last year to at least be soft flow and nice flow and chill flow enough so that I can hear what they want to say to me. Because people who think that you're going to like beat them down for trying to love you and disagree with you will not tell you the truth of who you are. And that creates a very dangerous place for a person that wants to grow. You cannot have yes people around you, and you also cannot have a team, family, professional or otherwise. You cannot have a unit of people who are scared to disagree with you or to tell you something unsavory about you. This is why I now get called rude asshole to my face. And other little things they say about my personality, which if I were defensive, I'd be like, oh, like, fuck them too. But if I listen actively and take it in, I can be passionately aggressive about everything. So it's important that we, even if we disagree, I'm kind of an asshole, but I'm not trafficking children today. So lay off of me, you know? Am I honest with myself about my desires, needs, and emotions? Am I honest with myself about my desires, needs, and emotions? Are there parts of myself that I hide from others? Why? Going back to the last conversation, and y'all answer for yourselves either in your heads or in your journals or wherever you want. The parts of myself that I hide from others are the tender places. My team, family, friends, partner, manager, whatever they want to be, they'll tell you who they are to me, and we'll see if it sticks. They love this guy called Soft Flow. Like soft drinks. Like laundry softener, fabric softener. They love this guy called Soft Flow. I hide him. Where you are, it is. Tara says it's called pop. Can I get a cold pop? Whether it's soft pop, soft drinks, or softy cones, I hide that part of myself from other people because it has been violated for decades. I did a post yesterday, a reel online yesterday about being a nice guy. Being a nice guy did not always, because I can't say, being nice, of course, has its perks. Get you laid. And other things. I told you I'm a man. And being nice also creates conditions for people who want to strong arm you in life to take power and control. And we see this politically, we see this. So it makes you put on a shell. Life in adulthood, parenthood and adulthood, some of the worst hoods on the planet. They make you put on this hard outer shell and protective cover to keep from being wounded by harsh motherfuckers in life. That's why. And that's a part of this of myself that I hide. However, your family and your friends and those that you care about need to see that part of you, to have resonance with that within themselves. What am I saying? If I don't bring soft flow, we talked about the law of vibration and the resonance and reflection in the universe. That law. They talk about changing laws and codifying laws. Like, there's a law in the universe, the law of vibration and resonance, where if I don't express, we love that word here. We love express and expression almost as much as we love freedom. Freedom of expression. We love that shit. But if I don't express soft flow to the people in my life, it will not come back. And some of you out in the world are living very, very bitter experiences. I'm not trying to be in your business. I got tons of my own. But some of us are living or have lived and will live bitter experiences because there's a vulnerability that's required for authentic love. The level of love and care and hope that you want to feel in your life is under those rocks you put on top of your vulnerability. And I know that asking people to be vulnerable in this bullshit is a big ask. But as a person who's going deeper in that vulnerability and sharing these parts of myself that I usually hide, it's worth it. Your process will be your own, and your process will be very unique. Unique? It will be very unique. But it is worth it. The great sex, the great food, the great adventures on the opposite side of getting in touch with your softness. Talking also to the women types out here. Should not be doing it. I don't have the parts. But some of y'all move like dudes. Some of y'all honestly move. I'm surrounded by women who move like dudes. What am I talking about? Masculine energy. And if you don't counterbalance all of that masculine, that penetrating, if you don't counterbalance that masculine with the feminine soft side, this is the law of gender, the law of polarity, universal laws. Can't talk about the law of gender too much because there's a certain alphabet soup crowd that will, but is as it relates to the laws of the universe and creating future movement, there's a law of gender. There's a penetrating force of the universe. There's a receptive force. If you're not receiving that soft part of yourself, if you're not receiving that softness and that gentleness, if you're just trying to muscle through life and beat your life into submission, you're not going to feel good, beloved. I don't even know how we got here, talking about soft flow. Soft flow is the softer side of seers. Soft flow is my feminine nature. Soft flow is my soft bottoming part. Soft flow. Tender. But for certain aspects of my business and stepping on stage and performing and commanding my life, that's the more masculine energy. Dom flow. Whips and chains excite me flow, right? And you have to have those in balance. To keep from hiding. Remember, the way you are in one area of your life is the way you are in all areas of your life. So if you're hiding a part of yourself inside, and you want to move at the speed of trust as you reveal yourself to the world and come out, recognizing that every day is a coming out process. Every day is coming out day from Halloween. Recognizing that we can begin to not hide anymore. Last question. How do I balance being authentic with being considerate of others' feelings? I told you they call me an asshole to my face. I'm working on it. I think we all are. Ceasefire now. How can we be authentically American and not drop bombs on innocent people? How can we be proud to be an American, but also find the common core of humanity? Lots to think about for our time together on the planet. Lots to walk through together as a network. If you enjoy today, I'm grateful. If you hate it today, I'm grateful. Because happiness is an inside job, and I know that the work that this network is doing is important in the world. The space we hold and the laughs we have. The belly laughs are my favorite in the network. The work that we're doing, the emails I gotta send, the band I gotta create, the academy I gotta run, the classes I gotta teach, sure. Sure. I guess. But the belly laughs and knowing that there's someone in the phone who cares about my dreams as much as I do is something that money can't buy. And we all deserve that. There are some components of our network that I'd like to tell you about. The first one is the academy. This is where people learn how to launch their dreams. Okay? Loved and Lovable Academy. Several different disciplines. Definitely performance. Definitely business development. Definitely life coaching. Definitely dream mastery and actualization. Academy. Teaching people how to do the things they want to do within their lives. Then we have the network, which is where the majority of people sit right now. That's where the connecting happens. That's where I've got gifts. I've got time, talent, and treasure. I've got needs and seeds in my life. There are things that I need to accomplish my dream, but I've also got some seeds to throw and plant in the community garden and in the garden of my heart. That's happening over the network. So if you're interested in learning how to master your life and the tools of your life and how to make it happily through your day and through your days, Academy. Honest, open, willing, and available support. Then there's a network. That's all Kiki. That's us watching Scandal together. That's us kicking it in live streams. We do a lot of building there too, though, of the things that make us happy. But if you want to, hey girl, hey, join the network. If you want to learn how to change your life forever, get into Team Better, Unfuckwithable with Flow, and things like that. The website, lovedandlovable.bio.link, will allow you to RSVP to our daily events, or at least know they're happening. If you'd like to explore our needs within our organization, including your ability to audition and apply, that's on the site. Our seeds and programs that we produce here, Unfuckwithable with Flow, Deconstruction Junction, Daily Boost Program, Team Better, the Academy, learn more there. Our people, Angie, Poppy, Nadia's not on the site, she doesn't want to be. Tara, you can learn more about them through the org chart that's at that link. Our resources, the emotion wheels, the needs wheels. Some of y'all are walking around in life looking miserable because you're not quite sure what you need. There's a feeling that humans have. I've had it too, where you're like, I'm not sure what the fuck I need. I know I don't feel bad, and I know I don't feel good. I feel all right, but I don't know what the fuck I need. Well, the website has a needs resource where you can just go down the list and just, yo, I need support, I need accountability, I need love, I need care, I need autonomy, I need freedom. And then go tell somebody who cares about you what the fuck you need. They want to give it to you. But most people don't, like, they have that, the Buddha, in Buddhist psychology, which I study Buddhist psychology a lot. In Buddhist psychology, the term of it is called dukkha. It is this like dissatisfaction, like this kernel of dissatisfaction within humans where you just cannot shut the fuck up and you cannot be satisfied, you cannot settle. A lot of that dukkha, D-U-C-C-A, has a lot to do with you not knowing what your needs are. And if you could just simply say to somebody who loves you, yo, I need help, I need support, I need money, I need fuel, I need, what do you, like, if you just tell them, they may ignore you, but if you do what we say in the network and you ask for help and don't stop asking from anyone and everyone until you get it, someone's going to help you. They always have and they always will. But the needs resources are there or will be there by the time the sun sets because we're revamping some things for clarity and hopeful purposes. If you like to donate, if you want to, I can't talk about it on TikTok, but if you'd like to purchase me special snacks and things, you can go to the website and donate there as well. And if you would like to live chat us and open a ticket so that we can reach back out to you, there are a couple ways to do this, but for sure you can go to the bottom link on the website. You can live chat us there, browse our support articles, open a ticket with us, or call us at the phone number listed that I cannot share on TikTok. You can berate me on TikTok to my face, but you cannot call me. and do so. So I guess that's for the best. Are there any thoughts from you? I've shared a very, very long time today. The boost most recently have been less than 10 minutes. Today I felt super full. I felt like my udders were full of milk today. So you got an hour and 8 minutes of flow. I think it's wonderful. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on the planet. So it's important that I enjoy my life today. Oh, I guess it's your turn. According to the people. And the people always have some shit to say. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free of all suffering. We have a reciprocal milking system here, but I can't talk about it without getting clipped. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free of all reciprocal milking. Get into it. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from all suffering. May you be happy. This is in public. May you be healthy. May you be free from all suffering. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from all suffering. And may love win in your heart today. May love win in your mind today, even if it's a little naughty. I know Dr. Flo is a little naughty. And may love win in your spirit. And I hope that there are smooth passages for everyone today. And I hope that you have the day that you believe you deserve. Tara will be back in the hot seat tomorrow to move us from the I speak mantra of the day into the I see. Tomorrow she'll be talking from her heart about whatever she wants to, but also about what we see in the world. And for those of us who have spiritual sight and physical sight, we are blessed to see beyond, because we know that what is beyond is something that is bright, joyous, and secure. See you later. The members can join on Bigo if you'd like.